Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Pabs, a racing VTuber and artist, and today we're going to be finishing off, hopefully, the fan art for Valhalla that we started now a week ago, I think? I don't remember how long it's been, honestly, but, we've done some good work on it. I think right now the only thing left to do is the shading and to kind of finish off this kind of a background thing we've got going. So without much further ado, let's head on over to the working screen. Alrighty. Now, where is... Ooh. CSP. There it is. Perfect. Now, I actually had an idea for how I'm going to do the portraits, but we'll get into that once we finish up the shading on Jill. That shouldn't take too long, I don't imagine. I think I've got a good rhythm going with this, with the softer brush that I was using here. You can see that there's a little bit of shading. We can get a little fancier with it soon, but I think we've got a good thing going here. So let's start shading. This feels weird. I will say that this feels extremely weird because I usually don't break them up and break up these fan art streams or any art stream really into more than one. Usually, they're usually like one and done. It's been a while since I've done this, and it actually feels kind of nice. It feels a much more sedate pace. I feel like it fits the vibes of the channel pretty well. I feel like if I have to finish the piece in one go, like I usually do, I start to get a little bit stressed. And that's fine as well. Like, a little bit of pressure is never a bad thing. I feel like if you have that little bit of pressure, it does help you kind of move a little bit faster. But I don't know how to put it. Too much of a thing that is bad in large quantities is never a good thing. Yes, that sounded so smart. High five, brain. God, that reminds me of a post I read earlier today that was like, imagine being the first caveman to ever hear a simile. Like, your buddy's just cussing out another dude, and he's just like, your actions will have consequences, like tree has fruit. And everybody just fucking loses their mind in the cave. Because, people lived in caves at all times back in those days. It's just how things were. And then some other dude tries to do it like, this cave is full of warmth and happiness, just like a tree is full of fruit. But it doesn't have the same kind of vibe to it. It doesn't work because he didn't understand, like, the subject of it, I feel like that's the risk in a lot of English language learning that I've done, that I kept hearing phrases and not understanding what they meant, and having to find out the hard way what they actually meant. I remember that being a real big problem. Like, I just loved repeating stuff that I heard on television, but sometimes I didn't know how to utilize it properly. It ended up with some shenanigans at times. I think that's really all that needs to be said on the matter. God, I do remember one story distinctly, though. I don't remember a whole bunch of them, but I do remember one story distinctly, and that was that one time I got in trouble. I was still learning English at this time, right? I was still like fresh into the English-speaking community where I was living for a while. And I had no idea what some words meant. So, or like, I didn't understand like how certain words should be used still. So, some dude, I say some dude, I mean my teacher, my English teacher taught us the word fact, which, means something that is true, something that is real, something that can't be denied. But the way I understood it was that it was just like emphasis. So when you said like you could use it in the same context as like really. So like this fact hurts. So naturally, being the eager beaver that I was, I wanted to try it out immediately, and I yelled out, "Ow, my fact face!" in the playground, and you might see where this is going already. Yeah, one of the teachers who was supervising the playground thought I was saying a naughty word, and he put me in timeout, and I was like, dude, I don't understand why I'm here. I didn't do anything wrong. And he was like, you know what you did. I'm like, no, I literally do not. God. He was like very angry as well. Like he was like super offended. But yeah, I remember that happened, and I was super confused. It wasn't until years later that I realized, oh, he thought I said the fuck word. and then things started to kind of like fall together, so to speak. God, learning English was one of the things I've done. Hard isn't exactly how I'd say what I'd describe it as, because I actually, like, the thing is, when you kind of are thrown into a situation where you kind of have to speak English, or, you know, any other language for that matter, on the one hand, it is hard because, you know, no matter how immersed you are in the culture or whatever, it's still a new language. It's still something that's foreign to you, to some extent at least. You know, to some extent it's foreign to you. And no amount of like, oh yeah, I'm just like around these people all the time, so now I understand the language also is going to fix that for you. But at the same time, I was like barely conscious. You know how like you don't remember being conscious until you're like, what, friggin' 12, 16? Like, I feel like until you are around that age, you just don't make conscious choices. You're kind of working off of pure instinct for the most part. After that, you start to realize, hey, I'm being kind of a dick or something. You know, you start to gain a little bit more self-awareness. You know, you start to get that feeling of personhood. Of, like, ownership of the self, I suppose would be the term. I'm not sure if that is the term, actually. Awareness? Understanding? I don't know. It's probably got some kind of proper psychological term, but... You know, I think I express myself well enough, you know? It's like, you don't understand what you're doing, you know? You don't... It's very... Like, you can think as a kid, but it's like, that doesn't have any, like, actual consequences, if that makes sense. Like you can be like, oh, hey, I don't know how to put it, like, you know, it's just a very difficult thing to describe. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But it's just kind of, like, weird, you know? It's like you're conscious, but you're not really making decisions. Not even in the sense that you have, like, limited autonomy as a child, but rather that, like, it's like you're kind of working more off of id, I guess. I think that's the best way to put it. You're kind of working off of id as a kid. You know, you don't know no better. So you just kind of do what comes natural. You know, you don't have enough experience in the world to understand, like, any other way to be, I don't think. Alright, I think that might be the second twin tail done. I feel like my monitor isn't bright enough. Hang on, I gotta, like... Alright, settings... Brightness, here we go. Wait, do I have nightlight on? I probably have nightlight on. Hang on. I don't know why, but, like, sometimes I just forget that I just have fucking night... yeah, nightlight was on. Absolutely typical. Also, am I the only one that's, like, weirdly bothered by the fact that all monitors these days have, like, this weird kind of little nubbin of a... Oh, I need to work on this area quite a bit. So monitors these days are not like how they were in the past, in that they were big boxes that were also the computer, I think. I haven't seen, like, one of those big old box computers in forever, so I'm not actually sure. Okay. Actually, there'd be a little bit of shading here, too. Anyway. They're very slim. They're very flat screen. They're flat screen. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. They're flat screen, which... I know this is going to sound a lot like I'm complaining about a technological marvel, but I feel like if you're going to call your thing flat screen, it should be two-dimensional. You know, otherwise it's not really flat, it's just very thin. You could call it a slim screen. This is like the nicest hair I've ever drawn, by the way. This looks so silky smooth. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's living in a cyberpunk dystopia. Theoretically speaking, people living in a cyberpunk dystopia are gonna have great hair. I mean, between like every other punker in the city having meticulously dyed hair, you know, that's gonna make hair products be very available, or at least very easy to shoplift. But also, like, the amount of grease and oils in the food are just going to be fantastic for your hair, although probably terrible for your skin. You know, that's a bit of a trade-off. You get like really nice hair, but you get like just awful, awful, awful skin. There's no such thing as something good without something bad to go with it. As above, so below. As sweet hair, so bad acne. Yeah. Acne is one of those things that, you know, it never bothered me that I had acne beyond the fact that it's just annoying to have. Because I need to like shave every other day, and I still get acne. I am a couple years into what I consider my adulthood, and I still have acne. I still get pimples. It doesn't like magically go away, unfortunately. You know, I remember people saying like, "Oh yeah, it's a hormone thing. It'll go away as you get older." No, it fucking didn't. Or you know, maybe I need to get even older. That might be interesting. You know, I might hop into the hyperbolic time chamber for a couple of years, see what happens. Well, I'll get back to you on that in like 2 to 3 years, but I still get acne. But I found it's less so like. I never found acne embarrassing, I just found it painful. Like, it just hurts to have. Especially as a dude that needs to shave, like, semi-frequently. It's just kind of a pain to just bleed all the time whenever you need to shave. Not to mention, apparently if it's near your nose, like, it can, like, reach up to your brain, and that can kill you. So, you know, not ideal, I don't think. I don't think that's ideal for anyone, let alone myself. I mean, I know I don't have a nose. I know I lack a nose completely. But still. Here we go. There we go. This is seriously some nice hair that I'm making here. I'm feeling very proud of it. Alright. Alright, and then right here. There we go. Okay, nice. Then from there, I kind of want to do a little bit of extra effort now on this other twin tail here. Although the problem is that there's not nearly as much like place to add the kind of detail. The other one got a lot of it because a lot of it was kind of like going in this kind of like downward stream in like this kind of curve like this. This one doesn't have that as much. And yeah, you can see that I had a little bit here. But it's not much. Okay, and there we go. Nah, I don't want to do the soft erase there. Although I do think I'm kind of done with the hair. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, then from there... Actually, a little bit more there. Just a little, just a little. We can have a little more here and there. Here especially would be good. Okay, then from there... I think the next part would probably be the sleeves. Alright, select... Alright, I need to go back to this layer here. Okay. Manifesting this. I will not forget the layer I'm working on. I will not forget the layer I'm working on. I will not forget the layer I'm working on. Please, God, do not let me forget the layer I'm working on. I feel like I've gotten a lot better about that, but I still have an embarrassment every now and again. Okay. Okay, and then like this. I remember like fingertip smudging was actually really good for stuff like fabrics. Maybe like this. Ooh, that might be like too much though. How's it looking? Ooh, yeah, that's a bit too much. Let's tone it down a little. Okay, round watercolor brush, here we go. Man, I gotta take a trip out somewhere in a little bit. You know, towards the end of the month, near the beginning of September, I'll be taking a little trip out to the big city to do some clerical stuff. I'm very excited for that actually, because I did some research about like the places in the area where I could stay. You know, because I'm planning to book I'm going to be staying there for at least a few days. So I kind of wanted to kind of have options in terms of accommodation. And one of the hotels near the place where I need to go is apparently a haunted place. Like, it's part of the advertising that the hotel is haunted. Apparently it used to be a prison or something. It's always kind of weird, right? When a kind of the main selling point of anything is that, hey, people died here. Like, I feel like in terms of hospitality, you're not... I feel like, especially when it's like when you're trying to convince people to stay at a place, that's the part that you want to downplay. I feel like most good hotel advertising doesn't reveal the fact that, like, I mean, you can't deny the fact that people have died at hotels, all right? That's just a fact of life. People have died at every single hotel you've stayed at. And probably every apartment building, too. Like, people have died there. It happens. It's life. Not much you can do about it. But it's always a little weird when they kind of, like, try to lean into it, you know? It just feels a little weird. Yeah, God, I've told this story before, I think, but one time I did ask my landlord why, or, you know, the dude wasn't even my landlord. He's just the super for the building. And I asked him, you know, I said, like, hey, you know, this place is pretty good, and, you know, relatively speaking, it's got like a pretty good price. How come? Like, did somebody die here? Haha, JK, kidding, lol. And he was like, oh no, actually we've had surprisingly few deaths in the building. And again, it's one of those things where it's very obvious, you know, it's extremely likely that wherever you are, somebody has died there. I mean, that might be comforting depending on your perspective on death. But I just was not used... I guess, like, when I made the joke, I didn't realize, like, yeah, where else are people gonna die beside their homes? It like, so for a good few seconds, his just extremely straightforward response just kind of shut me down. Like, I will shit talk everything, and that left me speechless. Yeah, no hee funny punchline, no goofing, nothing. I was just like, I was just struck dumb. Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Top Buzz. Got my little thermo flask with some ice. Yeah, how you been, dude? Alright, let's blend this out a little more, too. Just right here. Just right here. Okay. Okay, this is probably... The hair strand here would probably be like that. I've been existing. It's been alright. You? More or less. Can't really complain. Yeah, no, I get that just existing bit, though. Today was kind of rough at work. You know, it's like... Sometimes you feel like you're doing the right thing, but at the same... But somebody just, like, walks in, says you did most of this wrong, and then you just kind of have to cope. It's good, though. It's good for learning, but even so, it's still... There's a good couple of hours where you're just a little discombobulated, and you're like, oh god, what do I do? Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much down until Friday, so tomorrow's a maintenance day, and I have no idea what to do for 8 hours. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could learn how to do, like... I don't know, actually. I remember that you said that you worked in, like, in some kind of mechanical industry, right? I don't know. I don't know how much there is to learn at random, because at my workplace, I work at the brick factory. Oh man, that's tight. Yeah. Yeah, down until Friday, so there's maintenance, huh? Yeah, I don't imagine there's, like, much room for learning what to... Like, I'm not sure exactly... I've never worked at a brick factory. But I'm not... But, yeah, at my workplace, like, if you don't have anything to do, they literally just say, like, go do, like, some web-based learning or some shit. We have, like, a free pass to Udemy for 6 months, so go do something with that. Probably gonna do some health and safety committee work and then see if I can bail early. Nice. Nice. Yeah, no. No, I think that's a really good idea. Health and safety is never something that should go underappreciated. Let's see. God, I don't know if I'm the only one. I remember seeing a infomercial or something, like Shaking Hands with Death. It wasn't even an infomercial, because that's not what that is. It was like this PSA, I guess, about workplace hazards in industrial sites, and I remember that scarred me for life. I was like, oh god, I can't step into a factory, or else the hungry saw machine will just eat one of my hands. I feel like a lot of heavy machinery are like wild stallions, that they respond well to a confident handler, but will eat you alive. We actually had a guy die at the... We had a guy die at the plant I work at, I think 2 years ago? Huh. Well, yeah, in that case, I think that is an extra little incentive to do some safety committee work, huh? Jeez, rest in peace to that guy, honestly. Yeah, it was all over the news. Oh my god. God, I need to look that up, actually, then, because I feel I would have been here during that time. I feel like I would have been around during that time. I feel like I would have been in the area. So... Jesus. That is rough, though. My god. Needless to say, the union was furious and the company lost a chunk of money. Yeah, no. Jesus. God, that really is sad, though. Like, that is really... Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. That wasn't a laugh like I think anything is funny. That was a laugh like I don't know how else to react. Jeez. Yeah, though, shit. It's something I wasn't... Yeah, it's something. I wasn't working there then. God. Yeah. Stuff like that really makes you think, huh? Like, broadly speaking, there is very little surface of the Earth that hasn't touched a corpse at some point. Just gotta be safe and make sure it stays safe. Yeah, I think that's a good attitude to have about it, you know? What's done is done, but you can learn from the incident. Again, you weren't there at the time, so but it's still like, you know, I think that's the only thing you can do, really. Okay. Should I add a second thing of shading to this? Or maybe I should even change the color of it, actually. Now, the saturation is good. I like the saturation, but maybe the luminosity. Darker, actually, is kind of nice. What about hue? How are we doing with hue? I actually kind of like this tone because it's more in line with what's in the sprite from the game. You know, it's like got lighter. Oh wait, no, I did it backwards then because it's got like a bluish shade, but a kind of orangish tone. Actually, I kind of like that color. Let's go with that one. Okay. Then the other sleeve, I guess, would be good. Okay, there and there. Oh yeah. To move on to maybe a lighter topic, apparently it was recently the anniversary of that time that Harry Houdini locked himself inside of a box and threw himself into the bottom of a pool and managed to escape somehow. I've always really... I think, like, people like that, illusionists or something like that, people who don't call themselves magician, classic Houdini, yeah, that's like the big Houdini trick, right? Like that's the one that everybody remembers. I remember there was like a movie, I think it was called like The Prestige, that had Harry Houdini in it, but it turned out to be some kind of sci-fi movie at the end. Like I remember it had like some teleportation bullshit going on. I think Nikola Tesla. I think I might be confusing Houdini for Nikola Tesla. He might have also been in the movie. I forgot what The Prestige was about, honestly. I just know that it's just like... It was a metaphor used for the kind of act structure that the dude used for his illusion. So there was like the setup, the mystification, the prestige, or something like that. I don't really remember much else about the movie, except that I remember like a bird died. Because like the dude, I don't think it was because he was incompetent at the trick, it's because that's just kind of how the trick was designed to work. Like, a bird in the cage would be crushed, but it would look like it was still alive. Not Harry Houdini. I don't think Houdini ever murdered birds on purpose. I'm not sure. Listen, I don't think I don't have a good handle on Houdini's bird kill ratio, but I don't think it must have been particularly high. I do remember that Nikola Tesla fell in love with a pigeon. I do remember that was a thing. Yeah, Nikola Tesla was not a well man. Having fucking Ed and Thomas the Dickhead Edison as a rival will do that to you. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, because like Thomas Edison was a salesman first and foremost, who just happened to be okay at inventing some stuff. I almost called him Houdini. Nikola Tesla was more of a straight up just evil, mad genius kind of dude. Let's see. Can I push this back a little bit? Whenever like it leaves gaps like that, it reminds me of friggin' live 2D modeling. I made my own model, and then I basically never opened live 2D ever again. I mean, I'm gonna have to do it at some point if I want to make more models for myself, but it's still like daunting. You know, it's like Although I will say though that I feel like with a lot of these programs, Blender, Live 2D, a lot of these like high technical ones, once you learn it, it's not that hard to kind of get back on the horse, so to speak. You know, it's like, it's a little bit like riding a bike in that you can get worse at it, but you never really forget how to do it. Or at the very least, you retain some of the skills. Like maybe you don't remember why you do a specific thing, but you remember that you have to do it or else. Am I in the right layer? Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Okay, then we'll do it like this. There we go. Yeah, a buddy of mine has recently been learning Blender. Soft Rice Smoke, if you see him in the chat, he's been learning how to use Blender, and he's just been doing some really impressive stuff recently. I want to get to that level. I want to be able to be that good, because I found that like a lot of my ambitions when it comes to art isn't that I necessarily want to be the best, although, you know, that's always like, you know, I think you never want to be bad at something, but I never, my kind of artistic goal is never to be the best, just to be able to do it. So, you know, I may not be able to rig one of those like super fancy Live 2D models, but I can still rig like me, you know? I can still do that. It's nothing fancy, but like it works and it's functional. Yeah, I remember somebody sharing a quote that their grandpa used to throw around because he just had it like, "Hey, Butter, how you doing?" Yeah, I remember somebody shared a quote that their grandpa used to have that, you know, he had like way too many passions, but what he'd always say was that like, among the engineers, I'm the best cook, and among cooks, I'm the best engineer, or something like that. I think that's really the crux of like how I enjoy my life. I don't need to be necessarily good at everything, or like I don't need to necessarily be the best. I just want to be able to have fun and be able to do it. I want to be able to have that experience. Although, you know, growing is never a bad thing. I want to be able to get better at stuff. You know, I want to get even better at digital art. You know, I want to find what else I can do with it, and maybe that'll be an improvement, or maybe that's just something that I'll be able to do. We're not gonna know until we do it, you know. But yeah, how you been, Butter? How's life? Mobler brush. Okay, what are these? Oh, pestle under brush, here we go. Nice, okay. And then this is probably gonna kind of have a divot right here. And then I guess it'll be kind of like this a little bit. Yeah, shading, starting off a stream with shading always feels very strange, because like I said, usually I start a piece from start to finish, So I'm used to kind of being on lower energy when I do this. But I'm still very talkative. It is good to know that it's not just that I kind of focus up, it is just that I lose steam as kind of night drags on. Or, you know, maybe that's a bad thing. I don't really care. I think it sets like a nice kind of soft limit for myself, you know? On the one hand, I always have fun when I'm doing art, but kind of balancing that with the streaming aspect of everything is also almost necessary for preserving my health, because I feel like if I realize like, oh hey, I'm being too low energy to make wisecracks now, you know, I feel like that is usually a sign that I should take a break, or you know, that it would be a good place to end stream. Like, I really cannot emphasize enough how much live streaming has helped me understand kind of my workflow as an artist. Okay, and then maybe a little bit like... would there be like one in the middle here? I think there would be. There we go. Maybe like less so on this side. There's this really cool thing you can do in CSP. Oh yeah? What's that? Let's see. Lower the opacity of this whole thing. Jeez, I drank like 3 things of coffee today because I didn't get much sleep last night. Good grief. And I gargled some salt water like right before stream because I figured like what the heck is wrong with my throat? Oh yeah, the gargling salt water thing. I was gonna be like, hey, you know, I hear that gargling salt water is supposed to be good for your throat if it's sore or if it's like dried out. No, I think it is just if your throat is sore, you're supposed to gargle salt water, because I think that dries out, or like it does some stuff with the water balance of the phlegm in there, and it just kind of like makes it so that you're able to get it out of there. Phlegm is super weird because it's essentially just a huge mess of white blood cells that you've overproduced and are now excreting because, you know, there's no more room in hell. Hell being what's inside your body. So, I'd always wondered how that was supposed to work. In any case, yeah, gargling salt water does feel pretty good, though. I might do that more often in the future. Maybe a little bit more in before the stream, I think, though. Oh, hydrate. That's all. Oh, posture check. Thank you, Emerald Ninja. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about Harry Houdini. Is it just me, or have like we started running out of dudes who do weird shit all the time? Because, you know, we used to have like David Blaine, we used to have Harry Houdini, we used to have all kinds of like, you know, these, I'm not sure if you'd call them escape artists. They were like, they were something. I think they were like illusionists. I think they like to be called illusionists or something. But yeah, I feel like we're running lower on those, or they kind of fell out of vogue or something. Because I remember that you used to not be able to throw a stone without some fucking David Blaine dude. Or some other dude. David Copperfield, maybe? I don't friggin' know. I wasn't, like, around for the golden era of dudes just doing weird shit just to prove that they can. I mean, like I said, that's kind of a time-honored tradition that began with Houdini, because a lot of Houdini's things weren't even... Well, they were illusion, but they were also, like, these human feats of physical strength. For example, I remember he had a bit where he would, like, essentially, he would, like... Alright, so if I remember correctly, it was that he would load a gun with a button. Like, so he'd have he'd load it normally, and then he'd add, like, a button to it, like, near the end of the gun. And essentially, he'd tell people, like, hey bro, trust. Shoot me in the stomach, and I will bounce that bullet. Like, that bullet will not kill me. That bullet will not harm me. And the dude, and I don't know who he found that was immediately like, hey, so you're saying I get to shoot you now? That's epic. I'm down. Sign me up, buddy. I don't know where he found a dude like that, but evidently he did, because apparently he did in fact manage to shrug off that bullet, and it became one of his more famous tricks, and one where he almost died a couple of times. Or I think it is the one where he died, but not because, like... Okay, I'm going to try and recall what I remember about Harry Houdini's death. I think he essentially tried this trick, but it went wrong, and he didn't actually get shot, but he still, like, you know, he didn't die from getting shot, but he did still take the brunt of that force, and that actually gave him a hernia, which is how he died. I might be remembering this wrong, he might have just gotten a hernia, survived, and died another time. But I do remember that Harry Houdini had some kind of hernia from this trick, because it went wrong one time. I found it. It's a thing that helps you draw stars. I can send you the link. Ooh. Yeah, sure. DM it to me on Twitch. Alright. Help you draw stars. So, like, a star ruler? That'd be nice. Let's see. Okay, and then... Yeah, I'm not sure how Harry Houdini died. I will have to look that up again soon. But yeah, I feel like we just don't get dudes like that anymore. I feel like we just don't, you know, there's like, it's the opposite of Darth. It's the fucking... Go to the ruler and choose symmetrical ruler. Choose tool property and turn number of lines up to 10. Oh, I see what they're friggin' doing. Oh, that's clever. Oh, that is very clever. Huh. I wonder if you could do that like with other shapes too. I wonder if you could make like a dodecahedron with that kind of thing. I imagine that you can. So hang on. Let me try that real quick. All right, so okay, I'll finish shading the arm and then I'll try it. But yeah, that's really interesting. So what I will... Okay, so essentially, I'll get to the explanation of my thought process, my hypothesis, once we finish up the arm, though. And we can blur the shadow a little bit because it wouldn't be like so direct. Yeah, we'd have to do it for this side too. Is that... So, oh, it's on the other layer. Here we go. There we go. Okay, how's the shading looking for the rest of the reference? I could use a little more up here. Yeah, and a little bit more below the neck as well. So, thanks, Butter. That looks really neat. I'm gonna try to experiment with it in just a bit, though. But yeah, we just don't have many illusionists nowadays. I guess there's no money in it. Like I said, I think it's kind of fallen out of vogue. So now it's just, you know... Although I imagine they might still be popular on stuff like TikTok. You know, I feel like every time we create like a new thing of media, it's just an opportunity for literally everything else to kind of make a comeback. You know, disco might make a comeback if enough people if enough people like a song on TikTok. I mean, disco might have already made a comeback for all I know. And I might have just missed it. That's sad. I've always wanted to try wearing platform shoes for a little bit. I feel like it'd be very painful but very fun. Wearing platform shoes. Okay. I just want to feel tall for a little bit, you know, taller than I already am. I'm not exactly short, but I'm not really like super tall either. I'm an average height. I am the most normal man in all of humanity. So but that also does mean that I don't know what it's like to be particularly short or particularly tall. However, yeah, I think the shirt's done. I think the shirt coloring is done. We don't have anything else with this color selected, so I think we're good to go with that. Okay, now, this star thing, right? What did I just fucking do? Oh, layer in two paints. Here we go. Okay, right. So you go ruler, symmetrical ruler. Number of lines 10, right? Aren't you shorter than Toast? I mean, canonically, yes. But I mean like my physical self. Yo, check that out. Man, drawing stars like this with like the pentagon and then the 3 triangles like that always reminds me of Paper Mario. Patterns are so much fun to draw. Okay, but yeah, now I wanted to sit and check if I could do that, like, but if I could make like a dodecahedron with 40 lines. Alright, so let's see, ruler, number of lines. Okay, it goes to a maximum of 16. So what shape can we make with that? We can make an 8-pointed star. I feel like I should have seen this coming. God, it's just so much fun to do this sometimes, so it's just so much fun to like make a symmetrical nonsense thing. Huh. Actually, hang on. This gives me an idea for something we can do to spice up the background as well. Right. Object tool, move this down here. I guess it would have to be like some kind of more spiral shape, huh? I'll keep this layer around just in case. But yeah, I am extremely short in the character lore. I think somebody said that I was like 4'5". I don't know how, okay, so I'm 140 centimeters for sure, because that's the correct way to measure it. Don't add me, Imperial system users. I think it's 4'5" in Imperial measurement though. I am supposed to be extremely short. Just a little guy. Small rice man. Completely full of rage. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not really that full of rage. I think a lot of the times I overplay how angry or undignified I am at stuff, because I think that's the easiest way for me to be funny. Yeah. I'm one of those people where if I didn't throw hands or get like really quiet, I wasn't actually mad. You know, if I'm not mad if I'm still talking. Okay, so for the shirt, how are we looking for the shirt? Okay, so this part's gonna be completely shaded. Good to know. And over here too. I feel like I need to move the reference up a little closer. Where's the reference actually? Hang on. Oh, here it is, I think. No, that's Jill. Are you the reference? No, this is Patrick. Where are you? Oh, there it is. Okay, then select color gamut. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. Oh man, did I draw that on the first layer? That's not good. Man, here I was bragging about how it's been a minute since I accidentally drew on the wrong layer. And yet here we are. Oh well, shit happens, you know? There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently I don't know if it was like a government thing or a... I don't know what else it was. I don't know if it was a government thing or a privatized thing. But apparently in India, they're launching this thing called the India Open Network for Digital Commerce, or the ONDC. And apparently what it's supposed to do is that it's supposed to kind of, how do I put this, like, collect, gather, organize, compile, that's the word I'm looking for, compile. It's supposed to compile all the different vendors for a specific item that are in an area. So, you know, you might have a Amazon So, for example, if you have like a dude on Amazon selling a shirt that you want for $30, that'll be on there. But if there's also another dude who is a local vendor who is selling that shirt for only $15, that dude will also be there, and you'll be able to get a better deal. I feel like that's a good idea. I feel like even if you don't get the best price, compile these nuts. Okay, let's see. How do I do this again? / ban add butter. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Man, these nut jokes are... I feel like these nut jokes are almost very beneficial. Because on the one hand, it is funny if you fall for them, naturally. But on the other hand, it also gives you like a good jumping off point. Again, to kind of go into that kind of feigned indignity. You know, it's like... Part A of the punchline is how the person actually delivers the joke. And part B of the punchline is how person B reacts to the joke. So part of the joke is how it's delivered, but also part of the joke is how it's like the consequence of it. Okay, those are the twin tails, and there'd also be like bigger shadows, like obviously kind of all around. Okay. That seems good. We'll kind of chisel it out from there. But yeah, it's a lot like I said, it's a lot like a straight man, funny man thing. You know, audience interaction. Because on the one hand, you have there can be like... There's a reason that straight man, funny man is such an enduring kind of style of comedy. And that's because it keeps making like this thing here. You see that? What is that? Anyway, I feel like straight man, funny man as a comedy... Oh wait, is it because I've got like both of these? I think that might be the case. Anyway, I think the reason that straight man, funny man is such an enduring method of delivery is because both people can actually be the funny man. You know, if the funny man is the one that's always delivering jokes, that's fine. But if both of them were funny, there wouldn't be anything to bounce off of. There needs to be an action and a reaction for there to be a proper joke. It's also why it's also why I feel like a lot of the more popular podcasts have at least more than one person, you know, presenting the show, because otherwise it feels much more difficult for it to be entertaining. Not to say that single-person podcasts can't be entertaining. I remember. On the 5th of November. Yeah, no. I remember one time I started listening. I started listening to this podcast about classic folklore from around the world. And the dude who was presenting it was just one guy. But he still managed to make the story fairly gripping. You know... Storytelling is a thing that's been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. People can tell stories long before podcasts, and will continue to tell stories long after podcasts, you know, ideally become extinct as a medium. Nothing against podcasts personally, I just think it'd be funny if there were no more podcasts ever. Anyway. Okay, right. I need to hew out some of these shadows. Okay. I feel like this isn't working. This eraser is a little too soft. So what I need, I think, is actually to go back to use this brush with the erase tool. With the erase modifier. And then soft eraser up here. Okay, and then like that. Okay, I think there would be a little bit of light out from here, and that's going to kind of spill out like this. Yeah, okay, I think that looks pretty good. I mean, also some back here. No, that wouldn't make sense. Just a little bit here, though. I think that would be good. I could also, I might also need to enhance it with some more additional shadows. I'll have to go a little darker, though. All right, reduce the brush size a little bit. All right, we might need to blend this out as well, so that it looks a little less choppy at places. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay. There we go. Oh shoot, I'm using the darker shadow, aren't I? That's probably why it looked a little bit more striking. That's good though. I like it. I like it. I'll keep using that. Just need to be a little bit judicious with the use of it. There we go. And then just blend that out a little bit. It needs to be blended out a lot more than that, I think, but that's a good start. And then I want to try out this Mobbler one. I know this one is this other one is literally called the Blessed Blender Blush. Let's see. Best Blender Blush. I don't know, who has a good blush on Blender? I guess it all depends on your artistic skill with 3D modeling, doesn't it? Have you tried the boba? God damn it. You got my ass again. I read it too fast and I still said the word. Alright, Butter. What bofa brush? What? I've never heard of this bofa brush. What bofa brush are you talking about? Come on, finish the punchline. You know you want to. There we go. Bofa these nuts. Okay, we have fun here. Okay. Okay, and then, oh yeah, we also need to do a little bit of shading right here for the twin tail. There we go. You earned that one. I'll let you have that one. You earned that one. You took the shot and you got it. Oh, I'm using the wrong color, aren't I? My bad. Here we go. Okay, cool. I think that's the body work done. Although I'm still a little bit iffy on the twin tail here. I think that's good though. I feel like this works pretty well. It was a little bit of shade like right here in the right down the middle though. And then just blend that out. Now that's a little too thin is the thing. Also, I need to be extra careful since I'm no longer on like the mode where it's just isolated to a single bit. I've no longer got the wand selection on, which I probably should get back on, but I'm sure it's fine. See? A little went over the border, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, and then blend that out a little bit. And then soft eraser here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I feel like that looks a lot better, although it's irritating me a little bit that it's actually falling out of shadow right here. Like the shadow looks a little lighter out here. Even though, hang on though. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I see what I still need to do. Oops, hang on. I got a little overzealous with the what do you call, blending there. Okay, and then a little bit of soft eraser back here. No, that's not quite right. I think I'll leave it at that. I think that's a decent kind of shade for that amount. It kind of matches the model, so I think it should be fine. Okay, and then from there, I think what's left is the skin, the tights, and then the painting in the background. How are we for time? About an hour in. We should be fine. Well, I said that the last couple of times as well, but that doesn't mean that it might not be true this time. Okay, and then... I feel like I should drink some water. Oh yeah, so get this. So you know how like there's been that craze about alternative milks? You know, like oat milk, almond milk. Oh, hydrate. I'll take another sip then. You know, you got oat milk, almond milk. There's probably like a bunch more that I don't even know about because I never look in that section of the supermarket. But apparently the oat milk one, at least, was started by this company called Oatly. And in an embarrassing turn of events, apparently now they've started actually like getting into financial trouble because they started this business, right? Oatly is one of the oldest oat milk companies on the market right now. Well, one of the earliest to capitalize on the craze at any rate. And they're actually kind of struggling because a bunch of other people were also like, hey, if it's just about putting oats in water, I think we can do that too. I don't think you exactly discovered fire again over here. It's not rocket science to make oat milk, I don't think. Although it is a little bit more difficult to do it in a way that's sanitary, I imagine. Because I imagine that, oats are all carbohydrates, so if you're not careful, you're gonna have some kind of like weird bacteria on there on your hands. That's the same reason I don't make my own kind of oat milk, for the same reason I don't fucking trust any kind of kombucha. Because you can talk about all you want, like, oh yeah, it's like the good fermentation and everything. I don't trust that. I do not trust that shit. You know? Like, especially if it's like ones that are like, oh yeah, we're just like a small business who kind of just started making kombucha with our grandma's recipe. And I'm like, that means you probably are carrying diseases, my dude. I don't know. I've never tried kombucha. I do remember seeing that one video of a lady trying it, and it was like, you know, like she had this whole like face journey, kind of trying to decide whether it was good or bad. That video is a classic, also. But you know, besides that, I haven't actually tried it. Like I said, I'm too attached to not having like foreign fungus in my body. You know, conceptually, I think that's a pretty big part of my brand. Not having food poisoning is a pretty integral part of my brand, I would say. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate having not food poisoning as like priority at a soft, maybe a hard 8 in terms of like my brand needs. I would label not being sick with food poisoning at like an 8. Maybe a 9. You know, maybe I'm underselling it even. I cannot overstate how much of this operation is carried on by me not being sick. Jill stands a lot, so I feel like she would have some pretty built knee tendons. Let's see. Ooh, that's a little... Okay, maybe lower the density of paint. Okay, maybe increase the density, but lower the opacity. Oh no, lower the hardness. That's what I want. I've only recently learned what like hardness does for each brush, which is surprising considering I've had CSP for more than... I don't know, I got it in like 2018, so... Shit, it has almost been 5 years then. I will say, I think I've learned a lot about using CSP in that time. I feel like I've learned an not insubstantial amount. You know, just what makes it tick. God. Yesterday night, me and my buddies watched a movie called The Taking of Deborah... I forgot her last name. But it's a horror movie, and... At some point during the movie, a dude was dying, and he was like trying to whisper something to one of the characters, and I thought he was laughing, like he was like, yeah, we stabbed him, like that. But it turns out that those were like his dying rattles, and boy, let me tell you, that was awkward. I was like laughing along because like, this dude is so proud of having murdered that guy, and then he just like dies, and I'm like, oh, death rattle. The fact that humans get death rattles is super weird, like... You know, obviously the air's got to go somewhere, and it's a little bit more dignified than just farting it out. But it's weird that like we have like a common component of drawing our last breath is that, you know, it has to be drawn out. Okay, and then from this color, we actually need to go one color darker for like the darkest parts of the stocking. There we go. Also, the fact that it's called a death rattle is weird. Because when I first heard about it, you know, when I first heard the phrase death rattle, I thought it meant like those baby rattles. You know those toys that babies have that look like this? You know, the ones that they shake around and it makes a noise? I thought that's what it meant. Like, I didn't know that it meant like the last of the air in your lungs escaping your body. That part was foreign to me because who the fuck gets that from rattle, right? Like, I feel like my bilingual ass was not in the wrong for not being able to catch that on the first try. But yeah, I was literally picturing a baby rattle. I think that it might have also been influenced by a Calvin and Hobbes joke, I think that a Calvin and Hobbes bit was also that they literally gave him a baby rattle when he was supposed to draw his death rattle. I think that probably also didn't help my confusion. Like I thought, oh, is that just a thing that they do in English cultures where they just like give you a rattle maybe to like symbolize your birth and now your death? Like, is that it's symbolic in some way? And no, it was just like Calvin and Hobbes doing a bit. Oh goodness. Calvin and Hobbes taught me more about the English language than most English classes have. I do not say this lightly, and I do not say this in jest. I mean, granted, we all have different ways of learning, but I swear to God, I would not be nearly half as good as English as I am if I weren't absolutely obsessed with comics. Okay, and then over here. Is that good? No, there's no actual shadow there. It's more like this. Man, you don't want to know what the best part is about about making stockings this detailed? I got to do it twice because there's 2 legs. There we go. Yeah, no, Calvin and Hobbes is just a lot of good fun. I remember the first time I read Calvin and Hobbes was when my school had one of those Scholastic book fair things, and I saw it on like the list of books that you could get, and I was like, hey, this looks interesting. You know, there's like some little blonde kid and a tiger. This looks like it could be fun. And I was right. And then my parents got me like the fucking full Calvin and Hobbes thing. There, you can buy. What was your first language? Spanish. I am Latino after all. Yeah, I got moved to an English-speaking country very, very young, which is why my English has literally 0 accent, unless I have 0 accent unless I speak Spanish first. Like, if I say a word in Spanish, like for example, what's the Spanish word? Gusano. After that, I you see that? I had a bit of a Spanish accent there, like caballo. And after that, there's like a little bit of an accent whenever I can't. It's not like a clean switch, you know. It's a little bit of the Spanish gets left in there. I like that though. It's like, you know, some people might say like, oh yeah, that's not something that you want to do. You gotta like have a clean. You gotta have it clean. But at the same time, I kind of like having that little bit of Spanish still in me. You know, it's like a nice memento for myself. That being said, I do lose more Spanish. I do lose more vocabulary in Spanish every year. One of these days, I'm straight up gonna forget the word for. You see, like I'm drawing a blank right now. I don't even remember what I'm forgetting. Although I guess that is normally how forgetting stuff works. You know, you. Okay, let's see. I needed the fingertip blur here. No, I don't like that actually. Painterly blender maybe? Or textured blender. I think textured blender might be the best one. Is that the texture I want though? No, that looks a little too rough for stockings. Okay. Then from there we can start the other leg, I think. Okay, increase the brush size. Increase. That almost sounds like some dude with like with messed up teeth saying inquiries. Increase. Let's see. Increase the decrease. That's one of my favorite posts. That's one of my favorite phrases in the human language that I've learned, and it came from this Tumblr post that was nigh incomprehensible. I feel like that happens to a lot of people. Like they have this phrase that just lives rent free in their head, but it comes from something completely absurd or something that they would rather not talk about. I mean, I guess that just kind of tends to happen, you know? Sometimes a phrase gets stuck in your head. And you just kind of keep repeating it for funs. I imagine it's more normal if you talk to yourself often. Technically, I talk to myself all the time because I'm just speaking alone in my room. I know that I'm talking to an audience, technically, but, you know, it's like, it is just me out here speaking. Y'all do not have the conch. Y'all do not have the right to speak. Okay, done like that. Just a little bit for the calves. Here we go. Man, reading The Lord of the Flies was kind of a trip because I think like half of the dudes in class were just like, I wouldn't say they were uncooperative, but I think they were definitely on the side of the dudes who were like being real freak asses. Like they got, I mean, I guess it is because it's like more action scenes where the like big kids are involved. So it makes sense that they'd be a little bit more excited about that. Yeah. I was definitely one of those people who was like, what do you mean you're not engaged with class? This is fascinating. I was a complete nerd. I still am, technically. You know, I think I was just happy to be there. Let's see. There we go. That's a little bit too light now, though. Let me give it a bit of the wet wash treatment. And then with the whole soft eraser just across the leg here. I feel like I gotta blend that out now as well, because otherwise it's gonna look strange. That's not a blending tool, that's a fingertip smudge. Oops, daisies. Or like another phrase that I remember getting stuck in my head was that somebody made a Twitter account called like Deep Leffen Bot. And I think what it was supposed to be was that it was supposed to be a bot trying to mimic a fighting game, a competitive fighting game player. And I remember still one of the quotes from that account that still kind of kicks around in my head every now and again was that I just got done getting coached at video games or something like that, and they suggested I work on my frame data because no amount of coaching, because quote, no amount of coaching can help with a genuinely concerning inability to take criticism and a deep obsession with movement. And sometimes I just remember the phrase movement, and it just kind of makes me laugh a little. Okay, and then I think I gotta blend that out again. May add a couple more bits of it, and then blend it out. This calf has just been giving me hell. I feel like I also need to like lower the shading on this part here. Just a little. Okay, cool. And then the shoes, then the skin, and we should be good to go. Or are we for time? Another half hour has passed. That's not a problem. I will stretch my wrist though. Here we go. Oh, that does remind me though. Another phrase that I recently became obsessed with today, actually. I was reading this article, right? It was discussing the fact that a lot of people are thinking about quitting their job. Like the publication actually ran a survey, and it turned out that about 30% of the readers were considering quitting their job at the moment, which is a high number. Schmoovin', yeah. No, but apparently 30% of the readers at that publication were considering quitting their jobs at the moment. And then they published a follow-up piece where they, and I quote, taught you how to get the fuck out with grace. You know, how to quit your job with panache, essentially. But the phrase they didn't use the actual phrase "get the fuck out." They used the acronym GTFO, but I think that's somehow way funnier. How to GTFO with grace. Yeah, so, I mean, sometimes you need to chat. Like the thing is, right? You can't always be. Yeah, I'm gonna bump up the hardness again. You can't always, you know, exit well, but you can withdraw with grace. You know, I think there is always capacity for a graceful exit in all circumstances. Let's see. You know, I feel like you can still. I think if you try hard enough, or try hard enough and look like you're not even trying, I think you can 100% get away with like most of your dignity intact. You know, I feel like a lot of jokes are made about dudes who very clearly fuck up and then immediately go like, yeah, I meant to do that. You know, I think we give those guys a lot of shit, but I feel like if you manage to pull that off, that's actually quite a good moment. I understand that the whole bit is that they didn't pull it off. I get that, I do, truly. But at the same time, I think it is funnier when they do actually manage to pull it off a little bit. They manage to play it cool and it works out in their favor. Howdy. Hey, Ben, how's it going? How's it hanging? How you been? Although I will say that as a character archetype, dudes who very clearly have just fucked up beyond measure and try to play it off are the type of guys that are nearest and dearest to my heart. Like dudes who will try to kickflip on a skateboard, tumble down 16 flights of stairs, and then try to like, it's going well. Currently getting drunk. Hey, not bad, not bad. Yeah. God, that reminds me that I do need to buy a bottle of bourbon again, or you know, maybe something that I can actually drink straight. Yeah, I like to think that my alcohol tolerance isn't super bad. I think what inflated it. I used to think that I had a decently high alcohol tolerance, and I think that is true to some extent because I just have like decent body mass. You know, I may be of average height, but I am like dense, so I have a little bit of confidence in my ability to get drunk. But this is, first of all, this is purely in theory. And second of all, it's a little bit inflated because one time the only time that I've like drunk anything particularly strong was when I was partying with a bunch of students from my old accounting class, and I would say a good 70% of them were Asian, so they were essentially kind of lightweights. They made no pretensions about it. They went like full puffy red cheeks when they started drinking, and they were like, dude, come on, drink this Baijiu, and I was like, yeah, okay, fuck it. I drank a little bit, and they were like, yo. It was nice though. It made me feel like a real hero. You know, I think they were definitely hyping me up a little bit, but it felt nice. It felt fun. I had a good time. Don't fuck with Baijiu though. Like that will fucking ruin you. Baijiu will fucking ruin you. You don't drink Baijiu to have a good time. Drinking straight Baijiu is a lot like drinking straight vodka, except that it's just actively worse for you. I think. Although, to be fair, I think something you can do with Baijiu that you can't do with vodka is that you can dip your finger in it, light it on fire, and because the alcohol, there's just so much goddamn alcohol, it'll burn itself away without actually burning your finger. Oh, there we go. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. And then blend that out. I keep reaching over for the original blender brush instead of the quote-unquote best blender brush. Again, I keep saying quote-unquote like I don't believe in it. Don't try this at home, kids. Yeah. I feel like I do that a lot. Like I feel like I do stuff that should have one of those disclaimers on it, but it's like it's not even cool shit that I do that should have those disclaimers on it. It's just like me getting a bad idea and trying to see if it works. Like I feel like that don't try this at home kids should be on stuff like backyard pro wrestling matches instead of like me trying to dye a pair of jeans a darker color with ink. Didn't work out, by the way. You can't actually dye pants with ink, as I found out. So don't try that. Don't try to do it. It will end in tears. I would say that I need to like get into doing more freakish, dangerous stuff, so I could kind of earn that "don't try this at home" kids thing fair and square. But at the same time, I don't think it's worth actively looking out to harm myself for that honor, for that privilege. God, yeah. My two worst crimes against domestic skill are the things I try in cooking and the things I try in like tailoring. Because with cooking, you know, I don't make anything that's inedible, but I do end up making some stuff that is some people definitely kind of raise their eyebrows at. On the other hand, with tailoring, I definitely fuck up. Like, for example, I remember turning a nylon... I don't think it was even nylon. It was some kind of it's just some kind of synthetic fabric. I remember turning some synthetic fabric jacket into a short sleeve hoodie by literally chopping off the sleeves and sewing them shut. And miraculously, that has not somehow fallen apart yet. I still wear it sometimes. Like it's good for the summertime. But it should not have worked. By all accounts, it's ridiculous. It's absurd that it worked. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna try to... I think I might need to keep working on this. There we go. And then I can use the soft eraser brush to kind of blend it back in. Yeah, like I said, none of the stuff that I do is particularly dangerous. It's just weird and ill-advised. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Oops. Yeah, I don't do anything that like would actively harm anyone. It's just weird and kind of a bad idea. I don't know, maybe it'll hurt like a tailor, maybe it'll hurt their feelings. But you know, I think I can safely put in like no tailors are harmed in the making of this t-shirt. Maybe like this. No, that's not working. Alright, push left. I don't think this is working either. Maybe push right? No, that's not... Maybe just push. Or drag. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, and then... Oh man. Looking at this again, I don't think... Hang on. I think something went wrong here. Yeah, no, we need to, like, shade this up real good. Oh yeah. Speaking of crimes and cooking and food, I learned today that apparently some French dude on Twitter fucking fooled everybody into believing that he found a new star. It's a very beautiful picture. However, it is not in fact a star that he took from a telescope. It is a picture of a blown up chorizo. So that's, on the one hand, absolute dick move. But on the other hand, that is so fucking funny that I can't even be mad. That was really clever. I'm gonna give him that one. That French man is valid for this. God, though. And the fact is that he had like a lot of people going with that. Like he actually got like quite a few people going like, wow, the world is so beautiful. There's so much we still don't know. And then he just hit them with the fact that it's a chorizo and they're like, you fucking prick, you bastard. God. You know, I feel like a lot of... I feel like we need to have more active shit like that, because I feel like that will make people less likely to believe everything they read on the internet. You know, that was a problem since more or less day one for the internet, but I feel like it's gotten worse now. I feel like way more people are willing to take stuff at face value now. Which is not good. Particularly, you know, I'm not saying you should distrust everything, but I am saying that, like, healthy skepticism is at an all-time low. Okay, maybe like with a kneaded eraser? No, that's not gonna work. I think maybe I need to change the shading type. Or like the color. There we go. I think I know what this is missing. It's missing like some shine. You know, it's a leather shoe, so it's a leather shoe, so it should have some shine. That felt as gross to say as I think it might have been as gross to hear. I don't know. I don't like talking like that. That felt weird. I don't like that. Okay, and then, right, so some highlights. What do those look like for this? Okay, this is where my lack of knowledge about leather shoes is coming back to bite me in the ass. And then maybe I can smudge that a little bit. No, that looks really bad. I mean, I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see where this takes us. I could just look up another leather shoe reference, but no. I kind of feel like brute forcing this one. Okay, let me go with a soft eraser right here. No, that does not feel correct. Okay, maybe decrease it there, decrease it up here. Not too much, though. Then blend that out a little. No, maybe the bottom part? No, that doesn't feel right either. Maybe I didn't go low enough. I think maybe that's the problem. Hang on, let me try this. Okay, blend that out. I feel like I'm reaching for straws here. I feel like this is something, but whatever it is, it's not quite right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it kind of like at this. No. Hang on. Okay. What about a slightly thicker band right around here? Like that. No, blurring it out feels weird as well. Lower the hardness of it. And maybe the brush size too. Nah. Oops. Too far. Okay. Maybe I can, like, blend the rest of this outward over in this direction, then. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll take that. You know what? I'll take it. We can figure out how to draw leather shoes properly some other day. That might be a good thing to do. Yeah, some kind of like fabric texture study. It's been a while since I've done a study. It'll do me some good. Oh yeah, now we have to do the other shoe though. My life. I think another thing that happened is that I made it too thick. Like if I had just done it like this, that looks kind of bad though. Maybe like this, actually. No, that also looks kind of weird. This one in the middle is good though. I'll keep that one. No. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. Then just a little bit of shading for the bobble here. over here too. And over here. Perfect. Okay, I think that's... Oh, right, the skin. Forgot the skin. How are we for time? We still got about an hour to go. Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember, watching... not even watching. I read about this dude who apparently turned an old high school gym into a house with, like, 3... It was like a fully furnished place, and I gotta say that I think that's a pretty tight idea. You know, I know we're kind of low on schools as is, but I feel like if we kind of like, that doesn't even have to be for anything. Like, that doesn't even have to be just exclusively schools. I feel like we should be able to repurpose more buildings. I feel like I see a lot of buildings in my town, which are either they have like the worst maintained micro business in there that doesn't even maintain the building, and it just kind of rots away, or like it's not even being used for housing or anything, or not proper, or, well, you know, not like, I don't know. I feel like some abandoned buildings is good for an ecosystem, but maybe too many is a waste of space. You know, you've already kind of got the foundations for a building. Why not do something with them? Yeah, I mean, granted, in an ideal world, every building would have a purpose, but to be honest, I don't think we have a purpose for every building. Sometimes stuff gets built for one reason, and then it just never ends up happening. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because then, again, like I said, maybe you can repurpose the building for something, but the thing is that very rarely they get repurposed. So it just ends up being kind of bad at what it was originally meant to do, and it just goes out of business, or doesn't have the chance to properly start. Stuff like that happens all the time, and it's a little sad, but it's just what happens. Although apparently they are making some like huge... I don't even know what it's gonna be. Like some kind of shopping mall, I think. Anyway, it's a big thing like near where I live. There used to be a VR arcade near there. I kind of miss that place. I went there with my dad one time. Yeah, we didn't get to... We did that one where like you're like you take an elevator to the top of a building and then you step off the plank. I got spooked real bad by that one. VR is amazing. Although I feel like I would be one of those people who gets like mega motion sickness when they play one of those games. Not to mention, I imagine it's just uncomfortable. Like, my neck gets tired just wearing headphones, right? Like, if you've got like a huge Vibes headset on your head, on your dome, rocking that for at least 4 to 5 hours, that's gonna get real bad for your neck. I mean, naturally, you can train up your neck. I do like my neck training. But even so, that still seems way more trouble than it's worth. I think I forgot to give her a knuckle there, but thing is, right, I think about hands a lot in terms of like, you draw what is most familiar to you. So when I draw hands, I give people like huge first and second knuckles because I have huge first and second knuckles. So it kind of carries over like that. Because that's what I see as normal, but it turns out that that's not the case. That's because I did a lot of like martial arts. So most people don't actually have first and second knuckles that are that big. It's just kind of a me thing. Well, I mean, other people do. Like, other people... There are other martial artists out there. I'm not going to pretend like I'm the only martial artist on Earth. For now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like... Yeah, I mean, there's... Like, statistically speaking, there's going to be more people who... I don't know where I'm going with this, actually. Hang on, I think I'm gonna bail on this one. But yeah, it's like drawing what you know, right? So you end up drawing, like, people with big knuckles because you have big knuckles. Or you end up drawing people with big knuckles because you like Knuckles the Echidna. It could be both. Okay, and then like this. Why is that not letting me? Oh, I see. Knuckles, my friend Knuckles the Echidna. Honestly, I think growing up I was way more attached to Tails because he also had little brother energy. So being a younger sibling myself, I identified with him. But I think as time goes on, I just like Sonic and Knuckles more. Let's see. Don't get me wrong, Tails is my dude, but like, I've learned to appreciate more things in life. No, hang on, that's a little too careless. Okay, it'll be kind of like this almost. Okay, and then blend that out a little bit. Am I on the right layer? I think I might not be. It might also be because I'm going against, like... Hang on. Am I on the right layer? Yeah, I should be. What's holding you back, bud? Oh, there we go. That's a little better, but... Yeah, it's just strange. I think I need to, like, blend it out here as well. I don't know how to put it, but soft erasing something and blending something have two different effects. They look extremely similar, but it's different. Okay, and then over here. There we go. And then over here. Okay, do we have any lighting on this part of the hand? There's just a little. There is a little bit, but it looks better like this, I think. I cannot let myself forget that I also need to shade the thermos, the shaker. I went back to forgetting what it's called. I remember it last time, but I forgot what it's called this time. The little cringe cup that bartenders use to mix drinks. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's one hand done, and now the other. Let's see. Yeah, I love it when people going back to that dude who turned an abandoned high school gym into a house. I love it when buildings are kind of repurposed like that. Like I remember the original concept for my just chatting screen actually was supposed to be a house that was built from a rice silo. You know, I think people have built houses from corn silos before, not rice silos. I don't know. Well, I mean, statistically speaking, at least one dude must have thought about it, but that's not been nearly as well documented as like corn silo houses. I think it's also because it's just a very American thing to do. You know, turn a big old thing of farm equipment, which might not be house worthy. I feel like structurally sound, I think is a better word. I was gonna say, like, I feel like there needs to be a word for seaworthy, but it's just for like construction. I think it's just structurally sound is the word that I'm looking for. Technically, I think rice silos are seaworthy, ironically enough. You know, big hollow tube should float. I don't see any reason for it not to float. You know, just make sure that it's airtight and you're good to go. Okay, and then over here. Soft eraser out here. I need to blend that out a little more again. There we go. And then bump that up. Bump this up too. Come to think of it, I gotta be careful. I turned up my audio volume earlier. I think I needed to listen to a video that was like weirdly quiet. I think it was like some kind of instructional video. I forgot what for, but I remember that I turned up the volume for my browser, but I also turned up the volume for my computer. So if I get any alerts, I'm gonna get just fucking spooked. That happened a lot with... I think that happened a lot with these streams, actually, that I set the alerts a little too loud by accident. So then when they actually went off, I got spooked. The fact that I can get spooked at all, I think is very telling of whether I'm more of a fight or flight. I don't know that I'm like a super kind of fight guy, you know, in terms of like those reactions. I remember there's fight, flight, and freeze. I think I think like I might actually be a freeze type, because although I do have a fight instinct, it's definitely more something that I kind of like cultivated is a weird word. Anxiety myself into having. It just kind of happens when you learn martial arts a lot, I think. But I think more naturally, I'm just kind of a flight guy, or not flight, freeze. Forgetting my own dang words. Yeah. Okay, then okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those situations where I gotta shade first and then unshade as I kind of go on. Okay, I need to bring up the doll down here. Okay, which layer is this on? Okay, this one here. There we go. Well, this makes sense. I think it's fine. here? Some soft erasing up here. No, hang on, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe blend this part out a little. Yeah, I think that works a little better. And then we'll use this darker shadow here to do the rest of the face. We should just be about ready. That feels weird. That feels like a weird color. I need something a little bit more gentle. Also, I want to give her a slight blush. Not because she should be embarrassed, mostly because I think it's cute. Okay, we're gonna need to blend the shit out of this. Actually, no, I think that's about it. I might actually do a little bit more down here, though. Need to increase the hardness of this and decrease the brush size. And maybe the saturation of it. And then maybe increase the size of this. And then blend that out. Blend that out again. There we go. Okay, cool. I think that's okay, except for the blush, which I will apply on a separate layer. I'm gonna push this out a little bit. Hang on. Oh, that looks super weird. I don't like that. There we go. And then blend that out. Cool. Alright, I think that's everything shaded, unless I'm forgetting the cigarette and the teeth and the eyes. Never mind, we're not done just yet. Okay. I need to remember to actually select what I want to shade. Okay. Refer to all layers. That's definitely... Okay, that's definitely not working. Hang on. Okay, that and then the kind of, what do you call? Painterly blender? No, that's not right. Also, I'm on the wrong layer. So, you know, that's a kind of a double whammy of no good. Okay, textured blender. I think that's what I wanted. And we can do the same thing for this part here. Okay. Okay, cool. And then the teeth and the eyes. Wrong layer. It always makes me nervous when I gotta switch up layers quickly. You know, it's like... it's that premonition that something's not gonna go right. Okay. Am I on the right layer? I should be. Oh, I see. It's because I'm mixing in the... Okay, I see what's happening. Hang on. Cut and paste. Perfect. Now it should work nicely. Yeah, there we go. Okay, G-Pun. That feels weird. It feels weird to individually shade each teeth. I think what I'm gonna go for instead, each tooth. It feels weird to individually shade each tooth. I think I'm just gonna go for something like that. Okay, and then like that. Blend it in. Then blend it out. Blend it in, and then blend out. Yeah, we go to you go to see like a community center for a local yoga class, and it's just a bunch of dudes with pen tablets in a room, and some dude goes like blend in and blend out. Very good. Remember to tighten your abdomen to get the best, the full effects. I don't know, maybe graphic design Pilates isn't as crazy as an idea as I think. I mean, lots of graphical designers need to get in shape, right? So I feel like it might work out. I feel like there might be a market niche for that. Okay, now the eyes. Okay, here, 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 and here. Okay. And then back here, like this. That feels strange. Hang on. I need to remember that the eye is like a donut. So the light wouldn't necessarily behave the way that you'd expect it to. Not to mention that I can add stuff like this to give it a bit of a kick. I think maybe just the red is good, actually. Yeah, I think just the red is good. Alright, that should be Jill done. Unless I'm forgetting something. No, I think she's good to go. Alright, cool. Now we just gotta shade the cup, and then we can start doing the super fast. Ooh, ha. Quick stretch just before moving on. Okay. Then what would be next? Okay. So, okay, we can let go of those for the moment. I think the next most obvious thing to do is do the cups, because even if we do not manage to get in all the other characters, it's still a good idea to, like, the cup is still a vital part of the whole thing. You forgot the CD? What's... God fucking damn it, not again! Alright, Butter. What CD? God fucking damn it. Three times. 3 fucking times. I hate this. God damn it. Feeling like James Holma. Alright. I got so distracted by the CD's nuts jokes that I forgot how I was gonna do this. God damn it. Okay. Okay. I don't like how well the mouth tracking managed to mimic me breathing in and out like that. Oh wait, no, there it goes. Okay, no, that's more like it. Yeah, no, I think it's because like I got this moving thing. It's probably not a good idea to accidentally hyperventilate myself just to see if my model can do the mouth tracking for that. I don't think it would be particularly funny either. So I think that's just right out as an idea. Fuck, you really got my ass good, though. CD's nuts. In this world, it's kill or be killed. Okay, enough of that, though. Alright, Millipen. Bump that up in size. Maybe a little more. Okay. Clown or get clowned. Yeah. You either live long enough to see yourself. I don't fucking know. I forgot how that phrase went to begin with. You either live long enough to see yourself die a hero. That's what I was about to say, and that's very obviously wrong, because it's like, you either live long enough to see... Okay, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's how it goes. Fuck yeah, I still remember. I remember a movie from 2008. Okay. Alright. Man, the thing is, right, The Dark Knight isn't a bad film. You know, I think it's definitely overhyped to some extent, but it's not a bad film. However, the thing that Heath Ledger did with the Joker for that movie is kind of what made I think it's kind of like what kickstarted the whole thing of like dudes wanting to be the Joker, like unironically. I feel like there are people who want to become the Joker that you could trust with becoming the Joker, but there are people who want to become the Joker because they think it gives them a free pass to say slurs. Yeah, I haven't actually read many Batman comics, so I don't have a clue about how canonically bigoted the Joker is. I imagine at least to some extent. Hang on. You know, he's been around from the 50s. Shit like that kind of sticks to you. I feel like we should gather a bunch of people who have the Joker as their profile picture on Twitter or some shit. Make them all kind of gather in one room and make them fight it out to see who gets to be the actual Joker. You know, 13 dudes with a Joker profile picture enter. One dude with a Joker profile picture leaves. It's like that poison that they made by stuffing a bunch of venomous animals into one big jar, and then like letting silkworms eat the last animal standing. You know, that was a mythical poison technically, but you know, I think we can definitely apply some of what we learned there to here. No. I feel like there is something here. I feel like there is definitely something here, but I am missing how to put it all together. I think they just need to be like straight lines. I think that might be what's up. Yeah, I think that was it. I think I was overthinking it for sure. Maybe with the fingertip smudge it'll work. Hang on. One last little attempt at it. Hang on. Just for me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think this is the missing link. Never mind. Too much of a good thing. Maybe, oh wait, hang on. What if smaller? More compact? Yes, I think this one might work. No, this would need to go the other direction. Like this. Okay. And then over here. Okay. And then maybe suppress this a little bit. Don't know if I made the right choice here, boss. Hang on, let me try something. Alright, so I could put this there. Undo all that. Paste this on top, and then lower the opacity substantially. Yep. The thing with metal, particularly really cleanly made metal like this, which is almost like comically neat, is that it needs to be straight. It needs to be like very clean. You know, I said conically made. That's not a thing. This isn't a cone, technically. It's just a cup. If it was a cone, it would have like a pointed end. This isn't a cone, I don't think. You know, if there's anybody out there with a degree in geometry or perhaps a high school education, you might be able to help me out here, but I don't think this is a cone. Alright. I mean, what is a cone, really? It's a triangle. It's not even a triangle. What do you... Cones are cones. Like, I don't know what to call it. That's a cylinder. Yes, I know that. I know that this is a cylinder. God, I think cones are like one of those platonic shapes, ain't they? Like, it's one of those shapes that literally doesn't look like anything else because it can only look like itself. Why is this not working? Oh, that's because I got the wrong color selected. There we go. Okay. So then... Okay. There we go. This should help a little. There we go, there we go. Cool. Okay, then... How's that look with the liquid? Interesting, interesting. Although it does teach me that I need to maybe make it more like this. Interesting. Yeah, it's got like a very unique shape, doesn't it? I'm having fun here. I'm having fun. Okay, and then maybe the rim, just the rim here, should have it like that. Yeah, okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. Okay, remove. Okay, erase this part here. There we go. Perfect. This is the vector layer. That is the worst mistake I could possibly make. There we go. Crisis solved. Nice. Yeah, check that out. Alright, I just need to grab this here. And then erase what's right here. What the? Oh, oops, my bad, hang on. Alright, where are you? Aha. Oops, hang on. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I did that backwards. I see what I'm supposed to do now. Alright, hang on. Selection from layer. Here we go. This is how you do it. Boom. Clean, crisp lines for days. Okay, and then go back to this folder, unselect this, and boom, there we go. A nice clean line. Crispy chicken sandwich. Sure? Crispy chicken sandwich. I could go for a crispy chicken sandwich right now. Hang on, where's the lid? There we go. The fact that this isn't perfectly curved is bothering me. There we go. There we go, that's good. A little better, at least. Okay. Alright, second verse, same as the first. Let's see. Okay. Fill this with this for the moment, so that we can get a good idea for like how this is supposed to go. And then... right here. Oops, hang on, I didn't mean to deselect that. Oh, goodness. Okay, then over here. No, hang on, that does not work. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, I know I'm struggling a lot with it, but learning how to do simple chrome stuff like this has been such a godsend whenever I have to shade metal. It's like that one picture of SpongeBob holding a spatula that says "Old Reliable." Like, when in doubt, I'm just gonna shade any metal like with this kind of chrome style, and that works. It works. It just works. It's because everything is chrome in the future. This is true. Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen Meet the Jetsons? Hanna-Barbera couldn't shade for shit because it's a mass-produced cartoon, but they got chrome mirrors, they got chrome false teeth, they got chrome web browser. Yeah, in the future, and yeah, I'm not supposed to tell you guys that, but when I was 12 years old, a nice old lady at the park did let me see 10, 20 years, 30 years into the future, and Google has taken over the Earth. But the good news is that it still runs like shit on most devices, so it's not really that much of a threat. Okay, here we go. Yeah, if you ever want to game the stock market, find yourself an old lady at the local park who speaks in a voice that sounds exactly like your mother's, but it has eyes that are far too large and fingers that are far too long. Yeah, be on the lookout for that hag. She gives out those like strawberry shaped candies that Mexican grandmas give out. My grandma had those too, so it's not just Mexican grandmothers. I'm pretty sure I saw her give me out. I'm pretty sure I remember her giving out a couple of those at least. I'm not sure if my memory is just bad or it's like some kind of strawberry candy Mandela effect. It could very possibly be both. Okay, definitely over here too. Ooh, that's good. Hang on. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then with this color right here. There we go. Okay, this feels more right somehow. So I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, and then like this, and then like this. And then blend this out. Wrong brush. There we go. Okay, I feel like I'm getting it now. I feel like I'm in the flow. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then over here. And there we go. Well, this would be much cooler if it had a clean break like that. There we go. This is going to be kind of blurred into the foreground to begin with, so I don't need to pay super close attention to the shading, but I like to do it. You know, it's a good kind of a little thing that I do. It's fun for me. Just need to make sure it's nice and even. There we go. Cool. Whew, okay. I always feel like I need like a... like, I need to like wipe my brow after I like really focus on shading something. Hell of a job. Okay. Alright, cool. And then on the inside, that's going to be a bit more tricky. Or maybe not, who knows? Yeah, I don't think you can actually see the bottom from here, so that should be fine. Okay. No, something about this doesn't feel right. Getting warmer. Definitely getting warmer. Wait, I know. There we go. This is what it was missing. The rim. Here we go. Then over here, we'll add this here. Ah, I see it. Get rid of that, just in case. Okay, then from there, we'd have to do it like this. Yeah, I figured it was missing something. It was the rim. That's the key to everything. That does mean I'm gonna have to do this thing twice, though. I don't like doing this operation where I have to like remove part of the vector line because it always feels like if I need to come back to this piece ever, this will come back to bite me in the ass. But surprisingly enough, it almost never does. I don't know. Well, the jury's still out on that. Oh, posture check and hydrate. Thank you, Ben. Okay. And then I think it would be a good idea to... Right, drink. Okay, then I think it would be a good idea to add just a little bit more back here. And then a little bit more back here. Happy lurking, yeah. Okay. And then... There we go. Hang on. This is bothering me. There we go. Okay, let's see how this all looks put together. Nice. Okay. Oh man. Am I gonna do the thing that I wanted to do? Fuck it, we can do it quickly. I think I can do it as a kind of a little bit of a challenge to myself. However, I will do something first, and that is before I forget to add a motion blur to this whole thing. Why is the water red? Oh, this isn't water. These are supposed to be the ingredients to a drink. Select layers. Edit. Wait, no, this wouldn't be an edit. It'd be in blur. Motion blur. No, I guess it'd be more of a Gaussian blur. I feel like a motion blur makes it too comedic. That's too much. This might be good. A little less. A little less. A little less. There we go, that's good. Yeah, just adding a little bit of Gaussian blur to stuff that's in the foreground, like, it really helps everything. Okay. But yeah, Butter, if you've never heard of Valhalla, it is a game where you roleplay as this lady right here, Jill, who is a bartender. But instead of, you know, using normal alcohol, you use, like, different chemical products that are edible. Because it's a cyberpunk dystopia. So, one of the most... Yeah, it's a shake bottle bartenders used to mix drinks. Yeah, you've got the right of it now. Okay. Now, I did want to try something. Now, Leo told me about this thing called lasso tool painting or something like that, which I find extremely intriguing. And I wanted to actually try it out with this here. Because first of all, I figured that it's nice to do it quick and fast, but also because I think it'll look very interesting with the way that I've decided to do this. Okay, so... Okay, get rid of Jill for a second. Fuck, there's so many dudes here. Okay. Okay, so Jill with a G is up here. Actually, maybe I should blow him up. Just a little bit. And then I'll need to get these to clip to the layer below. Attaboy. Okay, yeah, this helps. This helps a lot, I think. Okay, that's Anna. Okay, Jill with a G is right over here. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, Gabby, who is very small. I don't see her, actually. Okay, there she is. She's so tiny! Okay. Serious mode. Okay. Okay. That's good. I should have named these, like, way long ago. But I didn't. Jill with a G, not to be confused with Jill with a J. Yeah, no, Jill with a G and Jill with a J are completely different Jills. One of which is Australian, the other one which is half French. But yeah, you shouldn't confuse Jill with Jill because if you call Jill by her full name, she'll get really mad. And Jill doesn't really mind being called Jill because he's chilled like that. You see why I always called him Jill with a G? That's why I did that, because otherwise every other dialogue option would sound like that. Yeah, it turns out that when you translate a written text into a spoken medium, it doesn't always work out one-to-one. Fucking nuts, right? Okay. Where's Dana? My friend Dana. Oh. There she is. Oop. Oh no, she's loose. She's escaping. Okay. Cool. So what I wanted to try doing is... Okay, first of all, I need to hide away the sketch layer, because now I know where everybody was supposed to be placed. Here we go. Dinner is ready. Nice. Go get your food. Where? Oh, right. Okay. I think I'm gonna readjust Joe with a G again. Then Gabby down here is gonna go around over here. Again, I don't know how good this will look by the end of it, but it's important to me on a personal level that I try. Okay. All right, let's do this thing. Okay, so we're just going to be using the lasso tool 100%. What was like the fill? Okay, Alt Delete is fill. I'll need to remember to use that because it's going to be more efficient. Alright, lasso. Okay, Alt Delete, you said? Oh hey, yeah, look at that. Okay, so I think the best way to do this is to like make this layer like very, very hard to see. And then make the rest of this extremely visible? Well, listen, we're doing this, figuring it out as we go along. Don't worry about it. Listen, don't even worry about it. And there goes my layers. I don't know what it is about CSP that just fucking loves having delinquent windows just running around. Okay, okay. Okay, so brown hair, very pale skin. So actually this should have been more like this. Worrying intensifies. Okay, brownish hair, like this brownish. I think this should be okay. This is fine. Listen, you don't need to worry about literally anything. This is gonna be so fine. This is just gonna be so completely fine, you won't even believe that how okay everything is. Everything is so chill and above board, it's not even funny. Alright? Listen, you could take this as into the investment as a bank and have the bank record that, and they will be impressed at how secure and also not need to worry about it. This situation will be, you know, this is the kind of thing you could put down on a mortgage and mortgage. I always get tripped up about how to say mortgage. I feel like I should know this as a dude who studied accounting. I feel like I should know how to pronounce mortgage, but I don't. Like, is it mortgage? Like, I don't imagine you pronounce the T, do you? Okay. Yeah, I think this isn't really working out. Alright. Time to do a little bit of plan B then. I'm having a hard time believing that everything is fine. Listen, everything is so okay. You might not believe me, but the fact is things are so fine, and they will continue to be fine for such a long time that it's not even, you know, in Buddhism, or I don't know if it's Hinduism or Buddhism. In Hinduism/Buddhism, Hinduism and Buddhism actually influence each other quite a bit, but that's beside the point. In Hinduism/Buddhism, there is a concept of a period of time known as a kalpa. Now, this is such an extremely long period of time that one way a dude described it was that if you were to take a silk cloth and wipe it, and use that silk cloth to wipe a boulder 14 miles around. All right, so the boulder, this is like a big boulder, right? It's basically a mountain. If you were to use that silk cloth to wipe down a boulder once every 100 years, you would reduce that boulder to the size of a pebble. You could like you could spend such a long time wiping it down that one time with a fine silk cloth that the boulder would be reduced to a pebble, and that still wouldn't be nearly as long as a kalpa. To give you an idea of how fine things are, this is the Kalpa of things being fine, okay? This is such an absurdly amount of things. Things are so fine to such an absurd degree that it defies explanation. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing this. This feels like I'm tracing art. Although... Okay, I think I know what I gotta do. Okay, so maybe like less visible like that, but still with this right here. So I think I am going to keep going with this kind of idea of very simple portraits or like color portraits, but I am going to try to put them at different angles. So I guess again, it'd probably be easiest with a lasso tool. Then like this with this brown hair. How are we for time? Okay. Okay. Well, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Taking about 10 minutes each for a quick sketch. That's still over 60 minutes. So I suppose it would have to be within 5 minutes? That seems reasonable. Okay, I have a plan. This one is even better than the other plans that I've had before. Okay. So, first of all, forget all the liquid for now. We'll do this in a separate folder. There we go. Okay, I will need the references though. Give those back real quick. Thank you. Okay. Everybody in this game has a very kind of feminine appearance to begin with, which is good for me because that means I can just use a feminine model. Yeah, if I'd have brought Jamie into the fold, then the things might be a little bit more complicated, but this is fine. Alright, 3D, pose, this is... Okay, this should work. Whoa! Yeah, it's very weird. Usually I do like... Usually I pose things at the beginning and then wait till the end to do shading. But this time around it's completely different. Okay. Then over here. Did I have misspelled portraits? I might have misspelled portraits. Okay. I might also need to just bring this, like... Yeah, I might just need to abuse that a little bit. Okay. Hang on, I just got a huge idea for how I can hack this even faster, but for the moment I gotta focus up on making sure that I don't accidentally burn everything to the ground. Okay, and then lower the opacity of this. Actually, no, I guess it would be more with this kind of pen, right? No, I need to go even, like, grittier. This might work. What the f... Never mind. What's a good kind of, like... Oh, pencil might be good. Yeah, pencil seems to work good. Opacity, 100, 2 texture density. How can I make this darker? I guess by focusing it up, huh? I'm trying to figure out how to make this pencil a little bit denser. Yeah, no, forget that. How about this? No, that's worse. How about this? Nope. How the fuck? Okay, this works. I'll take it. Nah, forget this. I'm just gonna use a normal brush. I know I'm sounding very indecisive right now, which is kind of contrary to everything being fine, but I still maintain my guarantee that everything is so fine right now. Okay, so this will go. Okay, so bangs. Okay, there we go. There we go. And this is gonna have the moño. This isn't really a moño. This is more like, this is just like a tie. Moño is like a bun to me. I think that's what that means. Can't believe they gave this girl like fucking the straightest ends to these twin tails that I've ever seen in my life. Okay. It's gonna go like this. Okay. There we go. Then over here. Okay, so. God, she just has the most pissed off expression I've ever seen on a 12-year-old. And that's saying something. Do you remember being 12? There's a lot to be pissed about. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay. Trying to brain this out here. Okay, I know what to do here. There we go. I just did it in reverse order. Perfectly normal and 100% fine and above board. I think one of my favorite bits that I've ever done is just pretending like I'm the most normal man ever. Relatively speaking, I am a very normal person, but like the fact that despite much evidence to the contrary that I am not a normal human being, I just keep saying like, yeah, I'm just a guy. I'm the most normal man ever. I am the mold from which every guy who you've ever met is made. I wasn't supposed to tell you guys this, but Da Vinci originally asked me to be the model for his Vitruvian Man. You know, that picture of like a dude who's supposed to be the most guy ever. Yeah, I was supposed to be the original model for that, but I had to cancel at the last minute because I had to throw a birthday party for a buddy of mine. Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to be the original model for that, but I lost the opportunity, unfortunately. Worth it though. I got the party real good with my buddy. Okay. Then here we go. Not even in the sense that I'm like socially normal, I just mean that I'm straight up like, this is just what a human looks like. You know, rice bag for a head, mochi body, some kind of teeth situation going on under the hood. It's just how people are. I'm just a normal Joe you can find anywhere in the world. Yeah. The fact is, it's a lot lonelier to be, like, not normal, you know? And not even in the... And, like, it's just very lonely to not be normal, is the thing. You know, there's a lot that you gotta do, there's a lot, like, you're missing out on, and it just doesn't feel good. So when you say that you're normal, what you really want to... What I try to mean, I think, is more like, I want to be able to relate to others. I think that's kind of what the whole idea behind normal core is, that you are still relating to others when you do anything weird. Okay, there we go. That should be good for this young lady. That was probably way more than 5 minutes, though. I do have to beat up the pace. Okay, then for Jill with a G, I am going to go and there we go. Okay, we'll put that way back. There we go, and add another vector layer. Vanish this one. Not making the same mistake twice, I'm naming these suckers. Okay, and then... Come on, come here, fuckboy. Alright. Okay. Okay. He's got a little neck. Little neck man. What always bothered me about Joe with a G's portrait is that his hair kind of tucks under his chin like this. That's always bothered me. Because it looks like it just kind of connects underneath like a chin strap beard. Even though I know that can't possibly be right. Because that would make it the worst haircut ever known to man. Yeah, you thought dudes who had like the mustache like this were weird, right? Like it just kind of frames their face like this. Now get ready for a dude who kind of like has a fucking chin strap beard, so his hair loops all the way around. That is the most uncomfortable possible configuration of hair that I can imagine. Alright. I mean, I'm sure somebody could pull it off, but I just imagine it feels very itchy, is the thing. Okay. And then like this here. I don't even know if this is going to look good. I just kind of want to try and do it. You know, it's like... Whenever I try to do way too much for a piece... I remember the piece I did for Fanart last year, which was for Kobeni from Chainsaw Man, where I actually included little doodles of all the different characters. You know, Makima, Denji, and everybody else. Power, Violence Fiend, everybody. And I had a lot of fun making them, but it didn't look good in the end piece with them on, so I just removed them. And that always made me a little sad, but I feel like I would have been even sadder if I hadn't even tried to do it. You know? You have to take those opportunities as they come. I don't know. Okay, those eyes feel weird. Yeah, okay, that's more like it. Okay. Here we go. I gotta make sure that his eyes are kind of facing in the... his irises are kind of facing in the same direction. Otherwise this will look a little weird. I mean, this expression is already making me a little uncomfortable, actually. I don't like it. It's kind of smug. Okay, then we got this huge-ass necktie of his. Why are they so smug, huh? I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it's just a little bit to do with the head angle, you know? I think that might be a part of it. You know, from this angle, it looks a little bit like he's looking down on people. Okay, then over here. Okay, he's also got a kind of like weird apron thing that Joel blah. Didn't mean to choke on the words there. He has that weird apron thing that Joel has. Not quite an apron, not quite a vest. It's a apron. Coming to you, yeah, from the newest product from Betty Crocker Industries, the Vapron. Have a dinner party at 6, but gotta bake a cake at 7? We got you covered. I also gotta remember that he isn't actually this stacked because, like, and this is like a female body, so if I gave him, like... I don't think Joe has that much pec mass, is all I'm saying. I don't think he's been doing his push-ups quite that much. Yeah, stolen valor. Okay. Okay. All right, I'll figure out how to fit him into the whole scheme of things. Okay, there, and there we go. Okay, and perfect. I think I need to make his eyelashes thicker. I think that's what's missing here. Alright, so just line width, thicken. How are we for time? Ah, we're fine. There we go. He does look really smug, huh? That's my B. Joe with a G is a chill dude. He's not smug. He does have a beard, though. I will say, I can't scrimp on that. He does have a beard. Okay. Then, okay, from there, we can do next. Which one of you? Okay, no, I can vanish. I can whoosh away Jill with G. Where's everybody else? Didn't I have like 5 more dudes in here? Okay, there's Gabby, there's Anna, there's Jill with a G. Where's everybody else? Did I accidentally, like, move them around? Yes, I did. Hang on. Gotta, like, lasso these clowns back in. Okay. Wait, where's... Hang on. Ah, I see. Look, there she is. There's Alma. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, bring Alma way back here. Then, like that. We have 2 down, and there were 6 people total, so this is the right number of people. Nice, okay. We did... Head count successfully done. Okay, and... Fuck, I was using... okay. Where is... the... Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, Dory up here. Alma. Where Alma? Okay. Oh, here we go. Alma, and then Anna out here. Okay. We need... I've returned. Welcome back. Okay, Alright, everybody clear out for a second. I just gotta look at Anna for a second. Okay. Anna, I feel like would look very good, like looking directly at the camera. So... What's the reset camera angle thing? Center object. Revert model to default pose. Reset model scale. Reset model rotation. Is there like a way to reset the camera angle? Oh, here we go. Alright, bring it in. Let's take a look at your face. Okay. Okay. Select this, copy and paste, flip that around. At what point does a wide smile go from looking like mischievous to this person is a serial killer? Usually it's when they start showing teeth, but I feel like they're like past this mark here. That's like they're gonna murder you. Okay. Then here we go. Okay, that might be... Okay, that's good. Drawing faces at like this centered angle always bugs me. It just feels very awkward. you know, a lot of people say that symmetry is actually the source of beauty. You know, you see that on these apps all the time, like how to get a perfectly symmetrical face, how to get perfectly symmetrical whatever the heck you please. But I find symmetry is actually more disturbing than asymmetry. You know, like perfect symmetry just looks awkward. It's that kind of uncanny valley effect. Yeah, I think I messed up the eyes, unfortunately. I think they're more round like this. Okay. No, put that back. Hang on. There we go. You know, it just occurred to me. Usually when I tag these streams with like digital art, some bot that thinks they're hot shit that tries to come in and sell me Twitch followers. I haven't seen that this time around. It's nice. Okay. I miss my Twitch follow bots. God. Oh, hydrate and stretch. Yep, understood. I think it'd be better if like it's lightly lower, the eyes. God, look at how many lines are in there. There we go. I think that one we can copy, paste, and flip. The worst part is this one is supposed to be half covered by Jill's hair, so you're not even supposed to be able to see her eyes. But that's not what it's about. This is about integrity. This is about having a force of will. This is about accidentally flipping it over. God damn it. Okay. Okay, and then this big ol' friggin' head things. Hair. They're not called head things, they're called hair. Oh my goodness. Man, I don't think I can go back to doing like those marathon 4-hour streams where I just draw a piece of fan art in one sitting. I think I gotta like keep taking breaks because, as you can see, the kind of cohesion of my speaking rapidly deteriorates. It's like a color timer, but instead of turning back into a normal human, I start becoming a mad prophet from the Grecian era. There's worse things to be, but it's just rather inconvenient, you know. I don't have the hardiness to slum it out in a wine jar in the middle of the market, and I'm not brave enough to tell Alexander to go fuck himself. So, you know, it puts me in a bit of a difficult situation. I ain't no Diogenes, that's for sure. Man, it was a real dick move that just because Diogenes was cynical, now that entire school of philosophy is called cynicism. But imagine if you're some dude who lives in like Seneca, and you're like, yeah, we're pretty chill folks, and then like some dude goes up to you and are like, oh hey, you're the Senecans, yeah, or like you're the Cynics, yeah. Some dude was a real dick like 300 years ago, and now everybody thinks that you guys are assholes. That would be such an awful way to discover what the world thinks that you're like, what your thing is, you know? Or I don't know, maybe they leaned into it after Diogenes, you know, maybe the people of Seneca just all became real assholes and they kind of leaned into it for the marketing purposes. It's possible, it's possible. And this is going to kind of also... So this is going to be symmetrical anyway. I can just kind of copy and paste it. Hashtag life hacks. No, my life hacks. How could you fail me? Okay. Oh yeah. So okay, so the other day I learned that apparently the metaverse is trying to get its own version of Hatsune Miku. Essentially they've got like this... I'm gonna call Hatsune Miku wannabe ripoff. It's this girl who has like a voice filter, this kind of like voice modulator thing for her mouth. And, you know, she also has huge twin tails, which are kind of green. So they definitely weren't trying hard to fit into kind of like... how do I put this? Like, they weren't trying to hide, very hard to hide who they were trying to rip off. But the thing is, right? Actually, I forgot what the thing is. I was gonna make a point about this. I forgot what it was. It might come back to me. We'll let that kind of you know how like when you know how like you can leave dishes to soak overnight so that you get easier to clean in the morning. It's gonna be a little bit like that. I'm just gonna leave that thought to kind of ferment for a little while in there. Okay. And there we go. And then, okay, that's Anna down. Okay, now, way too many people's names in this game start with like, and have like way too many A's. So we have Dana, we have Anna, we have Alma, and we probably have at least a couple other people rolling around in there. There's like way too many people whose names started with some variation of Anna. It might be like some, like that might be like a theme or something, but still. You know, it's just a little confusing is all. Okay. Also, I almost just called Dana Gabe. That's not her name. Okay. She looks like she could be a Gabe, though. I feel like you could call Dana Gabe, and maybe she would answer. She might beat you up for it, but she might answer. Okay. You can't actually see her ears either, actually, now I'm noticing that. Works for me. I hate drawing ears. That's why I don't have any. Yeah, I just have a mouth, and that's pretty easy to draw. By design, I am about as simple as an organism can be. You know, the only thing that's... I'm also technically single-celled. I don't know how... Okay, everything has molecules, but does everything have cells is my question. Does Mochi have cells? Because if not, then I am technically a single-celled organism. Except for the rice in my head, but, you know, that doesn't really count. Prokaryote gang, rise up. Okay. Okay. And then Vroop. Perfect the Hoge every time. Just double the lineup and then erase what you don't need. Okay, there we go, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I think the thickness of eyebrow is good. I gotta have a good look at her eyes. They're kind of like... No, something about this doesn't feel right. I need to get better at drawing like anime style eyes, because I draw eyes just fine, but I have a hard time drawing like anime eyes. It is my it is one of my deficiencies. Something that I can improve on in the future. Something that gets much easier as you grow older, I think, is to take criticism, because I feel like when you're much younger, I mean, I know this is the case at least for me. I actually used to be really bad at taking criticism. I think like I still get like I still get a little worried over it, I think, but I used to take it really badly, but I think it was because I was like in a real hurry to be better. But I feel like now I just sweat that stuff a lot less. I don't know, something about growing up, maybe. Or maybe I've just gotten so stressed so many times that I've built up a tolerance. Both are equally possible. I mean, I know that's how I've gotten better at my job, is that I've started building up a stress tolerance. Like, you know, things might be a big old mess right now, but it's fine. You don't even need to worry about it. Listen, just keep smiling, keep moving your hands, and everything will be a-okay. I've never understood what this thing was around her neck. Is that a towel? It might be a hoodie. But it always looked to me like it was some kind of towel. Okay. Which would make sense. I think all she does in her office all day is just flex. It's like a 3-frame and flex animation loop, like Johnny Bravo. I remember somebody shared a clip of their favorite Johnny Bravo moments, and one of them was actually like him just showing a lady. I think it was like either an origami or a balloon animal he made, and he was like, huh, puppy dog, when like this very specific drawl. And I just remember that the way he said puppy dog just like stuck in my head again. Okay, and this is probably gonna have that weird same apron thing that Jill and Jill got. Jill with a G and Jill with a J. Okay. Okay, and then this is gonna kind of go like this. Okay, after this it's just Dorothy and Elma, and I think we're good to go. We'll let her rip in just a minute. Okay. I think that's good for now. Okay, add another one. Next up, let's do Alma. Okay. Shrink her down a little. Okay, object. Face this way, please. Okay. Moving right along. She does have like a... Okay, she has a little bit of a chin. I don't never understood why a lot of anime people are just drawn with like a straight up triangle like that. Like they have like zero chin. Like Phineas and Ferb. Well, no, I feel like they do have chin, it's just like a triangle. Phineas just straight up has no chin is the thing. Okay. Okay, her glasses are kind of like this. And they're like that. Actually, no, I could just copy and paste this and flip it again. Okay, flip that around. Come on, cooperate with me. There we go. And there, perfect. Okay, it's gonna kind of come down like this. Where did this come from? Okay. Cool. Then from there, this is gonna kind of keep going like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Then, kind of like that. It really was the right choice to make myself bald. Drawing hair can be a bit of a hassle. You know, because I think with... I think part of the reason that anime hair is just very easy to draw is, first of all, because you don't have to think about how it behaves in a 3D space. If it's like actual, you know, it has like a shape that it kind of generally retains. But with, you know, long drooping hair like this, you kind of have to think about the physics of it a little bit. Okay, that should be good enough for that. And actually, no, I need to draw her arm here. Okay, and then I think we only got one last person, and that's Dorothy. Dorothy, my friend Dorothy. There she is. And she can face in this kind of direction here. Actually, let's see how everybody's facing first, to make sure that we got a good balance. Okay. How about... Actually, we do have a really good balance going, actually. So, okay, we got from this angle, we got from this angle, we got from this angle. So I guess now it would be from the opposite angle to Joe with a G. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay. Almost finished. Bear with me just a little longer, okay? Alright. Then over here. Thankfully Dorothy has a nice and simple design, so this shouldn't take too long. There we go. Okay. Then over here, kind of rounding that out a little. Yeah, she has the kind of eyes that I almost gave to Anna. But I think it's because, like, Dorothy is a lot more expressive that it doesn't come off as creepy. Not to mention they're mostly hidden by her hair. Let me simplify these a little bit. Ugh, never mind. Just keep adding to them. Let's pretend we never saw that, okay? Okay. Okay, and then over here. Eyes need to be a little bit bigger and a little bit more towards the center. Oh man. Something that I'm noticing a lot with these models is that I tend to draw faces very flat when I use them. I need to work on that a little bit as well. Something that's been bothering me for a little bit. I first noticed it when I did that fanart for Sana's graduation, but I'm starting to see it more and more now, especially now that I've done these in like quick succession. There has to be another way. Some way I can reap both benefits. Have my cake and eat it too, if you will. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Apparently either today or a few days ago, actually, it might have been. It might have been a few days ago now. Apparently it was World Cat Day, which is nice. I didn't know we had a holiday for cats, but it makes sense. Or it might have been a national thing. It might have been that Japan had a cat day, and now somebody said that it was like World Cat Day. Yeah. Japanese as a language is one that lends itself very well to puns based on numerology. So, you know, fucking English has like 7, 8, 9 as that bit, you know, that old nursery rhyme, like, why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. You know, I think that's like the extent of the number of puns that I can think of off of the top of my head. I think there is another one that uses that kind of pun, so like in the English language, but I don't recall off the top of my head which one it is. Oh, that might actually be it as well a little bit, that I'm not actually drawing faces too flat, I'm just not using the foreshortening enough. That might very well be it. Google says World Lion Day. Huh. Oh yeah. If you run Windows right now, if you look at your search bar, there should be a couple little lines there. How about that? I remember my friends. I remember there was a World Tiger Day and they had little tigers there. My friends pointed that out to me. Oh right, no, World Cat Day has definitely already passed, because I remember that somebody said like Google had like a special feature for a day where it had a little. If you Googled cat, there would be a little cat paw print button, and if you pressed it, a cat paw would pop out and press it as well. That was cute. World Lion Day, huh? I feel like every day is World Lion Day. Lions have a pretty sweet gig. You know, king of the jungle, sleep 18 hours a day, hunt for like 3. I mean, they are an endangered species, and that's gotta suck, but like, lions don't know what being endangered means. They're just out there. Lions don't give a fuck about whether or not they're endangered. Remember Boob Day? No, not off the top of my head. Okay, and then here we go. But I imagine it's a thing. Alright, and then there's like this part here, which is also kind of gonna be like this. And there we go. What is up with those like ringlets on her arm is my question. They look like those things that Shadow the Hedgehog wears on his wrists and feet to contain his power. Wrists and ankles. Wrists and ankles. He doesn't wear them on his feet. I think that would be very uncomfortable. You know, you try rollerblading a little bit, and you know, you think, having ring on my feet, that's fine. But then you kind of have to rollerblade everywhere, and you're starting to regret your life decisions when you ask that genie, "Hey, I wish I had rings on my fingers and feet," and you forgot to specify that you meant ankle. You know, you didn't specify which part of the feet, so now you're just sliding around everywhere on a ring, like Shadow the Hedgehog. Actually, no, Shadow doesn't slide around on a ring. He just slides around. He's got some kind of weird fucking jet-powered shoe. What is the deal with Shadow's shoes, by the way? I don't think we ever got an answer to that. Like, he's supposed to be the ultimate life form, but he's not faster than Sonic without his fancy little shoes. I don't think he is, at least. I don't know, maybe his feet are just more sensitive than Sonic's. You know, the dude gets rashes. You gotta be sympathetic about that. Okay, and that's gonna have like this, then like this. Okay. Cool. Okay, that should be everybody. Whew, I'm beat, but we're not done just yet. Alright. Now then. I gotta figure out how to do this in a way that doesn't kind of intrude on each other. Alright, so we can just vanish this folder away, we can wish this away. Oh man, hang on, that neck is bothering me. What's up with your neck, girl? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, now then. Back to what I was actually doing. Okay, so... Hide this. Add it here. Okay. Here we fucking go. Okay. Put Dorothy out here. Alma was going to go over here. Dana was going to go up there. Nice. Okay, Anna was going to go over here. Actually, no. Wait, where's Jill at? Yeah, because like Anna was supposed to be partially covered by her hair, I need to kind of like aim this with Jill on there. Hang on, if I shrink her down, this should fit. Snip that off. Perfect. Okay, then Jill with a G is going to be up here. If I flip him around, he's not going to be too ugly, right? Oh, he's going to be ugly. Okay, don't flip him around. How do I... I think it's good if I just leave him half like this. I feel like that somehow fits him. Sorry, Jill with a G. I did you dirty. Okay, cool. Alright, here's how we do things. Okay, thicken up most of these lines. Here we go. Oh, it's just applying to one of them. Okay, that's awkward, but I can work with it. Okay, how about doubling the line width? Okay, that works. That doesn't. Hang on. What just happened with Alma? Whatever, I'll roll with it. Okay, picking up Dana. In retrospect, it probably would have been a better idea to make them a lot thicker to begin with. I feel like that might have been a little better for the kind of like style that I'm going for here, but you live and you learn. No need to be bitter about it. Okay. Anna's second. Might as well dump starch into this thing the way I'm thickening everybody up. Alright, and then here too. And then what I also wanted to try... Okay, first I gotta move Gabby out a little bit here. Also gotta remove some of Jill's assets here. Works for me. Okay. Then from there, what I wanted to try and do was to actually replace the brush shape with something more... I don't know, something different. So like, for example, pencil. Come on. There we go. I don't like how it looks in white. Okay. Plan B then. Copy and paste this. Rasterize it as a layer. Or merge it, I suppose. And then we... Huh. What about... Okay, what about blur, motion blur, very low strength, no, that doesn't work. I think I'm just gonna keep them as is. I think I'm gonna remove them. Fuck it. Y'all saw, I tried. Okay. I love how Jill's still there. She looks so disappointed that I didn't include her friends. Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you live in a world separate from mine. All right. In any case, now we can actually do some other stuff as well. So, okay. Stuff everybody in here. Okay, merge selected layers. Copy and paste. Edit. Tonal correction. You know what it is. It's fucking gradient map time. I need to remove this ruler also. Saturation I'm liking. Not too much though. We gotta go easy on it, but saturation is kind of interesting. I'm not sure though. I'm not in love with any of them. Oh, this is an interesting variation, but not kind of what I'm looking for. Alright, I think I'm just gonna, like, maybe manage the tones a little bit on the original. Okay, I think that looks good. I think I'm ready to sign on that. Okay. Jeez, that one was a long one. You know, not just because it took 3 streams, but also because we went a little over time today, but that's fine. I had fun, and that's what matters. And I hope you all had fun as well. Okay. Let's head over to the Just Chatting screen then. Okay. Is anybody streaming right now? Oh yeah, quite a few people actually. Nice. Okay. Corgi streaming Arc Knights. Yeah, I think we'll raid Corgi. I feel like sometimes when I try to figure out my Twitch buttons after when I'm about to end stream, it feels like I'm an old man who forgot where his buttons are. Alright, okay, so tomorrow I'll be doing some comic work. I'm picking back up that one shot that I started like ages and ages ago and starting a new page, so that'll be very exciting. And Friday I am taking a break. Saturday is more Resident Evil 4, and on Sunday I will be going round 2 with Blender. So look forward to that. In the meantime, have a good rest of your week, and I will see you all later. Bye.